Okay, we're going to go over some classroom norms and rules, things that I think will be helpful as you take this class. So the first rule, and really the only rule I have in class, is to be respectful. That includes so many things: courteous language, no profanity, be respectful in how you talk. Do not talk while I'm talking. That's probably the one big one I have is don't talk while I'm talking. Our goal is to learn, to get educated. Be on task and don't interrupt others from learning. Um, Last year was really the first year I had to talk about this, but no filming in the class as well. Procedures. There's some things that we do in this room. They're not really rules, but it's just how we do things in the classroom. So if you have to go to the bathroom, I still want you to ask, but then write down your name and stay 5 minutes after the bell, or 2 minutes and 30 seconds of cleaning. So I really discourage bathroom use. I want you to learn algebra, but if you have to go, I understand. It's just that you have to stay 5 minutes after class or clean for 2.5 minutes. Here's an example of that.
Okay, class, so the square root of 81 is... Oh, yeah, Mr. Mace. Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Mace. So does anyone else know the square root of 81? Right, it's 9. Square root of 81 is 9.
There, Mr. Mace is writing on the board his name, where it says 5 minutes. He's walking over to the sign out sheet. This is for your own protection. It says where you're going, what time. He put RR for restroom so that I know where he's at. If you ever have to go anywhere, always sign out so that I know where you're at. If someone asks for you, I know what you're doing. Cool. Cell phone and electronic device usage. It's not allowed the first few minutes of class. I actually like to go to class myself and I like to use my cell phone. It's just so nice. But the first few minutes of class, it's not allowed because what I see happens is some people will check their Facebook or their something on their phones, but they're not really doing the warm-ups, and it impacts their grade and it really impacts their learning. So my rule is this: when you come in the morning, there will be a warm-up on the board. If you write down the questions of the warm-up, and I see that you're working on it, write down all the questions. Then it's okay to pull out your phone if you're working on it. But everyone is different. So some students can really handle it, and that's what I want to see. And some will sabotage themselves to the very end. So if you're one of those that are sabotaging yourselves, I may, for you only, say, hey, you need to put that away or hand it over. Okay. Boards in the room. The boards have a lot of key information.
Okay, so we want to quickly go over the boards for you in the classroom. Every day you'll see my name, so if you ever forget, it's Mr. Evans. My instructional aide, Mr. Mace, who's actually recording this right now. The date is always going to be right underneath. And then the agenda for Algebra 1B is underneath. The agenda, this is a typical agenda. We're going to do warm-ups, quiz, rotations, and the rotations will be like videos, badges that you can earn in classwork. If you ever wonder what page we are on, it's always going to be listed here. The same thing is also true for Algebra 1A, but they're on the other side of the board right here. Okay, there's some more words over here, so we walk this way a little bit. Right when you walk in the classroom, there's a bunch of information on this wall. It's going to be a little more full when I get to athletic schedules, but basically it has information that you may want to know. For instance, what class you need for graduation, the bill schedule, the calendar, the tutoring information. There's even a multiplication chart up here. And then the clubs on campus. So it's just handy information. Alright guys, well I hope that's helpful.
So again, I put those boards up there for you guys. It's just information I think will be useful. Hopefully. Some good things to know. You'll see those blue lines on the floor. Those are my space. Please don't go to my restricted airspace. That's for my privacy, and honestly, it keeps some students have done some weird things in the past. Were just weird. Like I'll turn around and there's kids looking at me breathing, and it just is interesting and bizarre. So just keep giving my privacy in the blue areas. It's not to say you can never come past there, but you need to ask. You don't just walk in my area. Okay. So let's do a quiz real quickly to see how you guys are doing with this information we've gone over so far. Okay, supplies. You're expected to bring your own supplies. I have an area for supplies in the corner over there. I'll point to it right now if you need them. Um, but you're expected as a student to bring your own. It's just that I have some that there's some students that won't pass high school. They will fail over a 10-cent pencil. So I do have some pencils and stuff, but it's really you should be a professional and on top of things on your own. Okay. And then if you ever get stuck on something, it is okay to ask another student, Google, and even YouTube before you ask me. I'm okay with you asking me, but I want you to be an independent thinker. I'm not just teaching you algebra. I want you to learn, or maybe some of you have already developed and honed in skills for life. If you need to call me, I have a phone number. It's 429-0571. Of course, area code 661. I check it about once a day. So you can also email me by logging into PowerSchool and clicking on my name. I have a microwave and fridge you can use, and food is allowed in the classroom under 2 conditions. One, it's not a mess. Last year I had a whole class I had to take it away from because they were messy. Then I gave them a shot again in about a month, and they did much better. Just make sure you're not making a mess. And it's not interrupting the learning of others. Sometimes a bag of popcorn can interrupt students because they're hungry and they're smelling this popcorn. So we just want to be considerate of others, and that's my role for most things. Just we always want to be considerate. There's the fridge that's available to you, but you must put your name on your food or drink item. All items will be thrown away every Friday, so you can't just leave stuff in the fridge, okay? And then just make sure you clean up. I'll give you wipies if you need them. I bought a whole bunch, so if you spill, clean up. Fridge and microwave. Keep it clean. Grades and other information. I do have a music chart I pass out. That music chart uh, needs to be clean music, and you guys basically pick the songs. I'll have a DJ walk around with a sheet, but it has to be clean. And again, it can't interrupt anybody. If it's interrupting from learning, we won't do it. Last year I did it with most of my classes, but there were some classes that I didn't feel like were on task enough, or I felt like it wouldn't help them, so we didn't do it. Most classes will get that. Grades in my class will be through journals and classwork. Journals are what we call warm-ups. The warm-ups are worth about 5 points a day. Classwork is worth 10 points uh, each assignment. Participation is something that I if you're one of those students who answer questions out loud in class, I like to reward you. And you'll see that throughout the year that I give you points here and there. Sometimes I tack them onto an assignment already done. Sometimes it's a participation grade. Just because I see you trying, you're starting right away, you're working till the end of class, you're helping other students, you're working, then I feel like, well, even if you have a C plus, at that point I just give you a B. It's because you're close and you're doing those other things. Behavior does matter. If you behave well, I will again give you some points. If you misbehave, I take points away. Test and quiz are worth a lot. Each quiz is worth 10 points a day. 10 points a day. A test, and we take 2 quizzes a week. A test is worth 100 points, and we will take probably 3 tests all semester. So it's not like we take that many tests. I have to look at the syllabus. It might be 4, and then there's this thing called badges that are worth points as well. I'll go over that a little bit more as the year goes on. There's some roles in the classroom that I want to assign, and I'm going to pause the video right now and just do it right now. We'll talk about it. Lastly is donations. We want you to consider donating the following items. These are the items that I find from year to year I'll have need of. Most of these. Lined paper, that gets eaten up quick by you guys, the students. Tissue paper, especially during flu season. I bought some boxes already, but we'll run out. Pencils, this is not for me. I have plenty of pencils. It's for